Eagles open nickel CB's practice window. This season continues to see players make their way back to practice despite suffering pectoral tears. Following C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Daquan Jones on this front, Avonte Maddox is back at Eagles practice. The veteran slot cornerback sustained his pectoral injury in Week 2, days before Gardner-Johnson's, and was not certain to return this season. But the Eagles opening his 21-day practice window Thursday points to Maddox having a clear path back to the 53-man roster. Considering the issues the Eagles have had in coverage this season, that will be an important development. Pectoral tears regularly end player seasons, and Maddox underwent surgery to repair the issue after seeking a second opinion. This season looks set to see some late returns from defensive contributors following operations. All three received return designations this week. The two DBs going down in Week 2 helped their chances of coming back, but this will still make for impressive rallies. Maddox and Gardner-Johnson are on track to return in time for the NFC playoffs. Maddox, 27, has been the Eagles' primary slot corner for several years. Despite the team trading for Darius Slay and extending him in 2020, the Eagles paid Maddox not long after. Maddox agreed to a 3-year, $22.5 million extension in 2021. The Eagles have Slay, Maddox, and James Bradberry tied to veteran deals, but the returns have not been as good as they were in 2022. After leading the NFL in pass defense last season, Philadelphia enters Week 16 ranked 28th. The team has already demoted first-year DC Sean Desai, increasing Matt Patricia's responsibilities as it attempts to stem the tide. One of the players tried in the slot following Maddox's injury, Mario Goodrich, has been bumped down to the practice squad. The Eagles added Bradley Roby to help, while using rookie Sidney Brown here at points as well. Signed in season, Roby has played 283 defensive snaps, third most among Eagles corners. Maddox's injury prompted Philly to add the 10th-year veteran. Pro Football Focus does not slot any of the Eagles' 3 cornerback regulars in the top 40 at the position this season. While Maddox has manned the slot in Philly for the bulk of the time since being drafted in the 2018 fourth round, injuries have kept him off the field for much of the past 2 years. Maddox missed 8 games because of hamstring, ankle, and toe injuries last season. The ankle setback prompted Philly to place Maddox on IR. The PFF rated Maddox as a top 25 corner last season and in 2021. However, his return would provide some help to a struggling unit, which did not have Slay available Monday night due to arthroscopic knee surgery. Eagles RB DeAndre Swift could cash in 2024. XGM predicts next contract. Running back DeAndre Swift has made an immediate impact on the Eagles' offense in his first season in Philadelphia, but his time on his hometown team may be short. With 3 games remaining in the regular season, Swift has rushed for a career-high 896 yards with 4 rushing touchdowns while adding 38 receptions for 209 yards and another score. As a versatile weapon in quarterback Jalen Hurts' supporting cast, Swift's strong season has led former NFL Executive of the Year Jeff Diamond to list the 24-year-old as one of the top 13 impending free agents poised to cash in this offseason. It's a great time for him to hit free agency after a career-best season, Diamond wrote for the 33rd team. Swift is making $1.77 million in the last year of his rookie contract. He'll be faced with the running back devaluation problem as he hits free agency, but he should command a sizable raise to the $6 to $8 million per year range with incentives if he stays healthy and produces the rest of this season. The Eagles acquired Swift and a 7th-round draft pick in exchange for a pair of picks, including a 2025 4th-round selection in a draft weekend trade back in April 2023. Few general managers adhere to the principles of positional value more stringently than Howie Roseman, which could lead to Swift landing elsewhere in 2024, especially if recent history is any indication of how Roseman might handle Swift's impending free agency. The Eagles didn't want to pay Miles Sanders at that level, though, Diamond points out. So, we'll see if they step up with the speedy and shifty Swift or if he has to move on as Sanders did to make the jump in pay. Kenneth Gainwell carving out role in Eagles' backfield. If the Eagles do move on from Swift this offseason, Kenneth Gainwell's emergence and affordability could soften the blow. This season, Gainwell has rushed for 256 yards with a pair of touchdowns and a timeshare situation with Swift in the Eagles' backfield. However, The 24-year-old saw one of his most significant workloads of the season in Week 15 against the Seahawks. Gainwell logged 6 carries for 21 yards in Seattle, his most rushing attempts since Week 7, perhaps as a harbinger of his role to come. Signed through the 2024 campaign, Gainwell is set to count just $1.1 million against the cap next season, according to Over the Cap. Should Roseman and the Eagles opt not to pay a premium for Swift, Gainwell could take on an even bigger role at a significantly lower cap number as part of Philadelphia's solution at running back in 2024 and beyond. Jason Kelce defends Jalen Hurts' comments. Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts came under fire for post-game comments following a Week 15 loss to the Seattle Seahawks, questioning the commitment of his teammates. After falling to the Seahawks, thanks to Drew Lock's late-game heroics and a 92-yard game-winning drive to drop Philadelphia to 10-4, Hurts questioned whether his teammates are committed enough. But Eagles All-Pro center Jason Kelce defended Hurts and said he understood where the quarterback was coming from. "That's the attitude you have to have," Kelce said on the New Heights podcast he hosts with his brother, Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce. "I think when you're not performing as a team, when you're not winning games, the only thing you can do is go back and work that much more, go back and commit yourself that much harder. We have great people in the building. We have people that want to win. I know that. There is no question in my mind about that." Losers of 3 consecutive games to the San Francisco 49ers, Dallas Cowboys, and Seahawks, Hurts and the Eagles aim to get back on track on Christmas Day against the New York Giants.